Welcome, Sagittarius. This is Regina from Pacific Tarot, getting ready to do your second quarter reading. This is for the months of April, May, and June. I have laid out the African Tarot. I'll clarify with the Guardian of the Night Tarot. I think that's what it's called, and I'll use 3 oracle decks along the way. I'm doing personal readings now, so please look in the description box for information about that if you're interested. I thank all of you who are participating, who have given me, donated generously, who are sending me comments. Thank you so much for supporting me. And moreover, to all of you who are here now, I am deeply appreciative for your presence. So Sagittarius, let's get started with your overall energy for the second quarter. The moon. The moon is an extension of a rather uncharacteristic deep healing that you've undergone for some years now. Many of you have undergone. The reason I say it's uncharacteristic is because you are rejecting the optimistic habits that have guided and shaped the way others see you and the way you have characteristically responded to all challenges and opportunities in life, in a way that you are challenging yourself not to run away when things get hard, not to escape, to go on another adventure when things are difficult, but instead to look at the things that are hard, that are difficult. You have the tremendous optimism and beneficial energy of your ruling planet Jupiter that helps you, that gives you courage, that gives you this positive desire to investigate and explore at this point in the hard things, the deep things, the scary things, the fears within you that you recognize have limited your ability to be successful in the way that you might like to be. So whatever recent challenges you faced, you have not shrunk away, you have dug in, you've sunk in to your own subconscious energies, those experiences of the past where you recognize the way that you are triggered, the way that you automatically respond to things in a way that is out of proportion to the actual incident itself. And so you are taking the time to look deeper. Particularly for you, Sagittarius, this can be about looking at not only your own childhood patterns, traumas that you've experienced, but also looking at the things that inspire you, mythology, history, cultural heritage, really looking at your ancestral or family tree, places where answers exist. If you look closely and deeply, this is also helping you to develop a spiritual practice or a meditation practice. It doesn't have to be, you are inclined to be spiritual because of your ruling planet energy, but it doesn't have to have a cloak of spirituality or religiosity. You are a thinker, you are a teacher, you are naturally a sage and always enjoy learning and growing. So this is an opportunity for you to learn about yourself at a deeper level. In April, we have the Ten of Swords. The month of April is an extension of this ability to let go and surrender to things that may have looked like success to others, but that you have evaluated to be failures, disappointments, heartaches, betrayals. In fact, these are the sorts of incidents that have led you to escape, to move away, to start a new adventure, to go to a new location, perhaps to travel, to study a new topic. These things are now the kinds of relationships and experiences that you recognize the beliefs underneath them that you are now rejecting. This is the desire to please others by performing according to what they would like to see you do or what they need. And you're really releasing that, realizing that you are, and for some of you, you are unique, you are an outlier for a reason. You're not easily understood because you give your encouraging energy to those that you see that need it. It is automatic for you to see the good in situations or the possibilities for others. And so others often judge you as a result of that, not understanding the complexity of your own evaluation, your own needs and desires. So this is really about releasing old stories, releasing old ideas of even who you have believed yourself to be, all those old adventures, all those wild escapades, all those myriads of jobs that you've had because it would be fun, it would be a challenge to do it, and you learn things along the way. You're picking up the knowledge, you're gaining the skill, and you're releasing that vision of yourself as a superficial Jack or Jane of all trades. In May, we have the Magician. How lovely. So this is really the piece of you, and it's interesting before I go on that the 10 and the 1 are vibrating at the same level. The 10s are so associated with the letting go and the transition into the new, the beginning, this sense of purpose and will that you are now stepping into. And certainly, although this card represents the month of May, this is not something that just started for you. This is something that you're working towards. But there is a real clear identification with your purpose, with your abilities and why you're here, the knowledge of what you can offer to others through your flexibility, through your positive energy, through your creative imagination, through your willingness to try things out, to embrace the new, to bring the new to others who may not see it in the positive light that you do. So I see you in May, actually, if you have a business, receiving a clarity about a way in which you are actually creating abundance. You're putting out a new project, a new idea. You're developing a new product or creating a new presentation that will highlight your skills in a way that is more available to more people and is bound for success because you're tapped in to the purpose, your purpose, that you are a gift to the world. In June, the Two of Pentacles is describing this way in which you are navigating some fairly deep waters around the experiences that you've had. I almost see this as a continual balancing of your old life of the past to the possibilities for the new. And you are in the present really dancing. Some people would call this juggling. I love that there is a tap dancer here. And in the African Tarot, this represents a theatrical intervention that was necessary for African Americans to do as an expression of their navigating and striding between two different experiences of their of the possibilities of their American existence. So tap dancing was a performance, right? Some way that you entertained others, that came from this ability to dance, to navigate between the possibilities that others see as being necessary for you, as being possible for you, and what you can make out of that situation. So that was a long way of saying, and I'm not sure I was very clear, that you are taking what you've gotten, what you've received, your experiences, who you are, and you're negotiating those in new ways to build value for your future. And at the fulcrum, this is also reference to Shiva dancing. You're on one foot at a time because you never stop. This process never stops. At this time in the month of June, you may have a particular experience that highlights your ability to learn as quickly as you can in the moment, and a tendency sometimes to believe that you're not really ready for all that you glimpse as possible. You're not really ready for the success that you've actually worked a long time to realize. But you are ready. You are more than ready. You're more than prepared. Your gift right now is in negotiating new opportunities and possibilities that you can translate into dreams for the future. I'm going to pull a Soul's Journey card and ask Sagittarius if you're vibing with this reading, if it's resonating for you, to please like this video, to please share it with others, comment below, and subscribe to my channel, Pacific Tarot. And I've pulled the Grief card. I understand that losing something is an opportunity to appreciate it. And right now I'm really resonating. Obviously the Ten of Swords is important here because you are grieving, you're releasing and surrendering a lot. And that can include dear relationships, not necessarily the people, but what you now see as patterns of behavior and relationship that aren't based on who you are or a regard for your needs or desires. And that's a very big grief for you because many of these relationships, many of these conditions are embedded in what you once believed to be your purpose, to lift up people who were sad or struggling. And those people can be very close to you. They can be members of your family, as an example. But also this ability to abandon a happy-go-lucky, carefree, kind of fool energy that many times the Sagittarians can embody. It isn't that it is a sad thing. It's that becoming comfortable in this unconscious world, becoming comfortable with grief, with loss, with sadness, has been a real experience and a deepening of who you are, a deepening of your skills, an opportunity for you to see how strong you really are. And that really echoes the sentiment of this particular oracle card. You now have an opportunity to appreciate the value of your fears, of your challenges, and the ability to embrace those so that you can learn the lessons of those. I'm also going to pull a hummingbird oracle. Ooh, and out jumps Sparkling Jewels. And it reads, oh, there are two again. This is happening a lot. You've tapped into the universe's infinite flow of abundance. Accept your treasures with open wings and a grateful heart. Love that. And I've also pulled Bird Bath. Cleanse your dusty wings so that you can fly more freely. Wow. Both very beautiful, almost like the cleansing and the reward of the cleansing in one fell swoop. And in a way, this Ten of Swords, the experience of grief, the facing fears, and the Magician, which represents the birth or rebirth, is also another expression of this theme. The cleansing that you've gone through, the cleansing cycle. In many ways, this feels unfamiliar. I won't say uncomfortable, because that is the point in many ways. To be uncomfortable, to get comfortable, to get courageous with your discomforts so that you can understand what drives them and what drives you, often against your will. I'm going to clarify April with the Four of Cups in the past and the Page of Cups in the future. Yeah, there's an interesting sense of restlessness, dissatisfaction, finding yourself moving towards a practice of embracing what feels good. And that is counterintuitive when that can mean having to look at all the ways that you have allowed your triggers to motivate you, to move you forward, to seeking escape, to looking for a new environment or a new thing, to distract yourself from the challenges or the difficulties you've been having. So that's required a new practice in which you look at the things that really support you. And when you look at that, when you look at your past or your relationships in that light, it has been challenging. It has been heavy. It has been hard. It continues to be hard because the cleansing process, the healing process doesn't ever truly stop. But it does, the process of looking and evaluating your relationships on the basis of prioritizing yourself and your needs is something that has led to a lot of disappointments, re-disappointments, not only looking at the past and realizing you have been let down, you have been betrayed by people that you believe loved you. However, the practice of that, of evaluating that, of seeing that, of moving towards the things that support you, that creating the things that support you, is part of opening up of the heart. Because now you're evaluating, you're responding in a way that really is about this fresh approach to relationship, to sharing love, to being connected with people. A way of opening up, realizing that perhaps the way that you experienced in the past, love is love. But this way of evaluating relationships, those that you want to keep close, those that you know connect with who you are and not who they need you to be, is for many of you a new experience. The Magician in May is clarified by the Four of Wands and the Knight of Swords. Another four here. So this new spiritual practice, new cultural practice, new emotional foundation that you've established for yourself, looking at what really loves you back, has led to an understanding that it is this process of assessing and evaluating your relationships, your experiences of the past. Why were things disappointing? What responsibility you had for those disappointments, those heartaches, those failures, is something that you now own. The process by which you evaluate what is helping me grow, what helps me expand, what inspires me to move forward, what energizes and inspires me. Those are the things that you are now in a position to celebrate. As you have sort of weaned away the chaff, you have allowed the residual of this healing practice just to fall away. And in many ways, that does encompass grief. Losses do, there is grieving required, and you are giving that to yourself. This is another way in which Sagittarians are not comfortable generally with sad sack face, energy, heaviness, and you're allowing yourself to have this, to be this, to not hurry it along, to not move it away, because now you're really understanding the value. What you're gaining from this is tremendous. And this honest evaluation of what supports you allows you to create at a higher vibration, at a higher level. It allows you to tap into your authentic experience. That means the sum of you, not just the happy, positive, uplifting parts of you, but the entirety of you. That's what makes you who you are. And that's also what inspires you to continue on this quest. This project is a continuation of openness, of new ideas, of inspirations, of the truth. You're now understanding this is the value of your sign, Sagittarius. It's the pursuit of the truth. You are that philosopher, and now you are incorporating that into your process. This is what is building up this opportunity to create something based on you, who you are, based on your purpose, based on your gifts. How many ways can you express your purpose? Clearly infinite. There are so many more ideas, so many more things to know, people to talk to, conversations to have. The Two of Pentacles in June is clarified by the Three of Cups in the past and the Eight of Swords in the future. Okay, I'm combining 2 or 3 different things here. You are absolutely, ultimately celebrating this growth in your process of life. How all of these realizations, all these new foundations, all this focus on process is impacting your life in so many ways is something that it hasn't settled in all ways, but you now understand its power. And that power is in support, finding connections, deep connections for the whole of you, for all of your experiences. Being in a safe enough space, a protected enough space to be secure enough in yourself that you can look at the totality of your experience and know that there's something to be learned, that everything doesn't need to be sunny and bright, but that there is so much value in the darkness, in the difficulty, in the challenge, even in the heartbreak. As you move forward in gaining lots of new information, really integrating these lessons, this process, and it's not just a healing process, it's the process by which you're now establishing the foundation of your creativity, of your production, of your mission, of your message. You are no longer a key to subject to the anxiety, the overthinking, the overanalysis. And this is interesting because in many ways, there is a way, perhaps in the past, and a way that's comfortable for you to be in your head, to be cerebral, you're philosophical, you like new ideas. Staying in your head in many ways has been a protection against your heart, the pain of your heart, the suffering you've endured. And that this is a balance, this ability to recognize support, to allow yourself to experience these things, all of these things, the hard things, is part of what is countering this tremendous anxiety that you often bring, this overthinking, this self-analysis, this analysis paralysis. You're releasing that, and instead you're able to just integrate in all these perspectives and ideas that you have pursued. You're always in the quest for new learning. And you're now able to integrate those in a way that doesn't mask the hard stuff, doesn't mask the feelings, doesn't mask the challenges. It's powerful reading here, Sagittarius. I'm going to finish off with a crystal oracle, and the citrine has jumped out, and the key word is abundance. I'm aligned at all times with the abundant energy of the universe. This powerful energy flows through me into every aspect of my life. Thank you so much, Sagittarius. Until next time, namaste.